What is up? You're in the Beat Sessions. I'm your host, Mitchell Weary, and we are taking a look at the brand new record from slowthai entitled Tyron, which was released on February 12th. This is the follow-up to the debut record from the British hip-hop artist 2019's Nothing Great About Britain, which garnered him quite a bit of attention, and rightfully so, for its spicy lyrical content. He definitely was not shy about his feelings on Brexit and Theresa May, amongst other things. But also for his unique genre blending style. A lot of people cite the grime genre as kind of being the primary thing there, but I definitely would argue that there's a number of different electronic musical influences incorporated into his music, not to mention that there's elements of punk, hip-hop, dance hall and reggae, and frankly I love his voice alone too. He's got a real nice buttery flow. It sounds even better with his British accent, honestly. I'm just a sucker for that. Especially when he's doing kind of some of the reggae style stuff. It works well, man. He sounds killer. His second record, Tyron, as the title would suggest, is his first name, Tyrone Frampton, is slowthai's full name. And this record is definitely more of a personal reflection, not as political. He obviously addresses social issues and things that have concerned him over the last few years or so, but it's a much more different record as far as that personal feel. It's a pretty rapid fire experience. It's 14 songs in 35 minutes. It's divided into two halves. The first half, you're definitely going to get that slowthai that you're probably accustomed to hearing on his debut record, fast pace, blunt. Really just kind of in your face. And the second half of the record, though, is much more introspective and kind of I see him kind of dialing into his inner Kid Cudi a little bit, incorporating some R&B influences into that music as it slows down a little bit on the second half. So I'm really impressed with I guess the overall experience and ride of this record. I think it reflects the way we deal with our own shortcomings. The first half of the record being that frustration and that anger, oftentimes, which we can be all guilty of projecting onto others rather than just looking to ourselves. Which is what's cool about the second half of the record is I think Tyron definitely takes that turn and and begins to assess himself more and starts to I guess assign himself more accountability, which is cool to see. My beef with the record leading off, though, I love the music on the first half. I love the heavy energy. I love the punk rock influence and some of those heavier influences in the hip hop style and the electronic style. The lyrical content, however, he focuses a lot on the fallout from the NME fiasco, which is actually a year to the date from the release of this record. It's February 12th, 2020, where he said some inappropriate things on stage about the host of that particular show and definitely received a major blowback on social media for it. And so a lot of this record, talks about his experience there, those reflections. And man, I'm not a big believer in cancel culture, but if you're going to run your mouth and say the wrong things, you got to just own up to it and to deal with the opprobrium, man. Like, if you say some stupid stuff, just own it, apologize, and make yourself better, which ostensibly is what he does on this record. So I'm not gonna bust him up too bit. The other thing, though, is through that process, like, why do you even care about what people are saying on social media? Like so much of the first half of this record is about his feelings about what people are saying on Facebook and Instagram, and it's like, who gives a damn, man? Like, he's 26 years old, so I get it, But, bro, wait till you're 30. If you're listening to this, trust me, in like 4 or 5 years, you won't even have to write songs about this, dude. You'll be over it. You'll just learn to ignore it because who cares? You shouldn't at all. But I will say that if it helped you produce this record, that's cool. I like the music in all those tracks. And as you get towards the back end of the first half, there's songs like Dead and Play With Fire, where the lyrical content becomes more sophisticated. He starts to reflect more, again, on his shortcomings, assigning himself more accountability for his actions. And the song Dead especially talks about, hitting that point in your life where you realize that people or certain things aren't constructive and they're not making you or helping you become a better person. And as difficult as it can be sometimes, you need to remove those things. And so I like the content of those songs, and I like the way that theme transitions to the back end of the record, where he definitely deals with more self-reflection and again, dialing into kind of like that Kid Cudi style of music, where lots of genre blending, a little more of a kind of like a classic R&B feel on some of the tracks, which I dig. I like the disjointed musical elements. Like there's some piano riffs and some other things that are definitely kind of punk rock, even in their softness. So it's really cool to just. He's a great musician, man. This guy's got a lot of potential. I've been a little on the fence, but I don't like sitting on the fence, so I'm going to have to assign this a vinyl pass. You should listen to it. There's a lot of good stuff here. And the back half of the record especially, I really think highlights slowthai's potential as an artist. He's one of those guys where I'm just really looking forward to seeing him mature as a person and as a musician. And he takes a lot of the right steps on this record. I honestly kind of wish that more of it would have just been focused on the way the back half of it plays out. But overall, it's a fun listening experience. At 35 minutes, I think it's definitely worth your time to at least check it out and make up your own mind on it. I hope you find this review helpful, though, in the process of doing so. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and check out the live show on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got faster internet coming tomorrow, so hopefully that won't be an issue anymore. I do want to say, for those of you who have been watching, who have been tuning in, and the positive feedback, all of it. Thank you for your support. It really has just meant a lot to me through this process. This, as some of you may know, is not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to start, and it takes a lot of diligence. And just knowing that there are those of you out there who are subscribing and supporting me, it means the world to me. So thank you. We'll see you next time on the Beat Sessions.